Hey everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Striking a Chord with Mad Manda on TBK Radio. I don't have a special guest this week, so luckily our wonderful producer and editor, Rich, is behind the board again and here to be my co-host for the night.
Can I just have special guests to like accountability just one time? Can I just write it down like it was special guest? Hey, it's me, jackasses.
I'm sorry, you're always a special guest.
I'm hopped up on medication. I've got cough
which makes
drops.
You extra special today.
Yeah, which means I'm in a salty mood. Is that what the kids say now? Salty?
I think so. I don't know. I can't keep up with the kids these days. So we've got a jam-packed show today. Lots of new music alerts to go over, and a few tour festival announcements.
Woo.
Some not so much new, but some artists you should be on the lookout for that I think everyone should be checking out. And 2 music picks of the week. And what else do we have? One little tidbit of music news to mention. And then we go into our feature segment, which is lyrics that have stopped us in our tracks.
Yeah, mine's interesting. Just going to go ahead and tell you guys now.
Mine are kind of mostly depressing.
So because mine are the complete opposite, so that works. That works.
So we'll balance each other out.
This is the yin to the yang episode, is what this is.
Yes. Everyone needs a yin to the yang.
Oh, jeez.
So we'll go ahead and start with our new music alerts. These are all releases that came out last Friday, March 29th. The first one I want to mention is Jake Owen's new album, Greetings from Jake. Great album. This is definitely his best album since Barefoot Blue Jean Night. If anyone remembers that one from, I have it written down here.
They're like the mid 2000s.
It was mid 2000s for sure. And 2011 actually.
It seems like it was the mid 2000s. We're all right.
And I honestly think that this could be one of the best albums of 2019.
Wow, that's kind of a big praise, honestly.
Yeah, when he first released the first few tracks before the full album came out, I wasn't super blown away. And then the rest of the album came out, and there were some standout tracks that just really, really make the album. For me, my favorite track, and what I'm currently really obsessed with right now, is the song Homemade.
I did listen to this album. I listened to half of this album on the way to Kansas City.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sorry. I just wanted to let you know I listened to half of it. No, that's what I got.
So Homemade is, in my opinion right now, granted it's not a single, it's not on the radio, but it's one of the best country songs I've heard in a really long time, just because, not because of the sound, but again, we're going back to the lyrics. He talks about, so he uses wordplay to just talk about what matters most and how the best things come from home. Whether the detailed descriptions that he gives, obviously not everyone's going to relate to that, but it's the overall sentiment that he's trying to say that really hits home for a lot of people, especially the older you get. I think it really just reminds you that, at the end of the day, your favorite places, your favorite things, your favorite moments, your favorite memories, everything stems from home. The best things are homemade. And this song really just couldn't say that better. He did an excellent job with this. I don't know the songwriting credits on this album, so I don't know if he had a credit for this song or not, but whoever wrote this song, major props. It's such an incredible song.
So I know this has nothing to do with the song you're discussing, but the entire album, this is one of the first times that when I look at a new album for country, it has an explicit warning.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember. Well, then again, I didn't buy the actual album. I looked at it on Apple Music.
Well,
I
so
didn't
did
really
I.
pay attention
Yeah.
to that.
No, it has an explicit warning.
That's interesting. I don't remember
The first
hearing
one.
a song.
The first one. Crud. Down to the honky tonk. It's got the
Oh,
explicit lyric warning on it.
really? I don't remember that.
I guess
That's interesting.
I'm gonna look up the songwriting credits here.
So other standout tracks on the album are "In It," which I believe is going to be the new single. It's more of a ballad, and a lot of people are really feeling it right now on social media.
The songwriters for Homemade, by the way, was Bobby Pinson, Drew Parker, Jared Mullins, and Ben Goldsmith.
Okay, so Jake wasn't on that one, but at least what I like is that he recognized a good song when he heard it, and he chose it for the album. So I appreciate that. But kudos to those guys for writing this song. It's fantastic. Made for You is an excellent song. It was a previous released one from his EP when I think it was last year when it was first announced that he was working on new music. And then Mexico in Our Minds is a really great song. And Senorita, I'm really loving that song. It's kind of silly. It's got a little bit of like I don't want to say beachy vibe to it, but kind of like a laid back kind of feeling to it. It's really fun.
Could this be the country album of the summer?
You know what? It's a good summer album. I think so.
Did it may have come out too early?
A little. I mean, spring's probably a good time for it. I think it'll start picking up some speed come summer.
By the way, the song "Damn" is also co-wrote by David Lee Murphy. That's a name that's a name I've not heard in a long time.
Oh, see, now David Lee Murphy, there's somebody who has written so many number one hits in country music that people don't even know until they start reading, like doing their research.
Which guess now what I'm doing is like I'm looking at this.
We saw him it was back in the winter at again, for anyone who's familiar with Chicago, Joe's Live in Rosemont, which is a suburb closer to like the O'Hare Airport. We saw him there, and it was part of one of the country stations here, Big 95. It was part of their Christmas show, and he's so good. And he performed basically all of his like number one hits. So Big Green Tractor that Jason recorded.
Are you serious?
He wrote that song. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I'm done. Show's over, everybody. Good night. No, I'm kidding. I did not know that.
He wrote Big Green Tractor, and Jason Aldean cut it.
Wow.
He wrote, there was a song on Jake Owen's Barefoot Blue Jean Night album that David Lee Murphy wrote. I believe it's Anywhere With You. He wrote that. And there's so many more songs. Like, I can't even think of them all right now, but there's just like a whole bunch of them.
I'm just in shock right now. That pretty much sums up how I'm feeling.
And then he wrote the song, Everything's Gonna Be All Right, which he actually asked Kenny to, sing on that song with him. And then that became a number one hit. That was just last year, I believe.
I'm kind of in, like I said, I'm in shock right now.
I wouldn't lie about something like that.
I know. I only know him for the one song from '94.
Oh, about Dust on the Bottle?
Yeah, that's about...
all of his albums were really good. I mean, they didn't get the radio play that Dust on the Bottle did, but, I mean, they were all good. And his new album is really good. The one that came out last year.
I'm going to have to look up... That's someone I didn't expect to look up after an episode. All right, then.
You never know what you're going to get with me.
Completely agreed with that.
So, but yeah, so, I mean, if you haven't heard the new Jake Owen yet, definitely check that out. I think it's a perfect, like, he knows when and when not, like, the lyrics and everything, like, it knows when and when not to take itself too seriously in terms of, it has a good, an equal amount of genuine and, feel good fun. It balances it out really well. And then, second music alert, new music is Low Cash. Their new album came out.
Yes. I didn't even need you to tell me that album came out. I've been a Low Cash fan since 2006.
When they were the Low Cash Cowboys or whatever.
Yep.
So their new album is called Brothers. And, these guys are so talented. What they do really well is just feel good, like fun, sometimes drinking, party songs, but not like in a bro country kind of way.
Have you ever seen them live?
I have, yes.
Okay, so
they were at Lake Shake last year.
So they occasionally in their live show they will cover every genre and they did "It's Tricky" by Run DMC when I got to see them live.
Oh, I can't remember if they did anything like that.
Unfrickin' believable. Plus, I've never seen anyone. So, fun story about Low Cash. I got them to play at our town celebration before they got huge.
Okay, that's awesome.
Because I was like, I'm a huge fan. These guys are going to bring it. They threw a guitar so far to where someone had to catch it. It's probably a good 40 yards.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, he was playing piano in the park. Like, it's the town celebration is in this a park built around a spring that gives you sulfur water. But I mean, here's this piano surrounded by like 2,000 people in lawn chairs and him just playing it. And I don't remember which one it is, but it was unbelievable. Like, those two guys will tear down any house you put them in.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good guys. They're super talented, great performers. So the standout tracks on this album, in my opinion, were One Big Country Song, which I believe is the first song on the album. And then Beers to Catch Up On, God Thing, and It's Only Midnight, and Cold Beer Kind of Night. The only downside to this is I would have liked to have heard them do a couple more serious songs like they did on their last album. But overall, I thought it was a really solid album.
See, I'm the complete opposite of you on that.
I think it's got a very breezy, windows down, feel good, like drinking with your buddies kind of vibe to it. And again, that's what they do best, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they're they do songs that make you just happy, that make you smile.
Yeah, definitely.
But when they do give you a serious song, holy crap!
Yeah, it's really good. They had at least like 2 or maybe 3 of them on the last album, and it was just they were excellent.
It is so good seeing those guys get the props they deserve. Finally,
agreed.
It's taken a long time, but
yeah, we're gonna be seeing a lot more of them for sure. Next on my list, new music alerts, is Simple Creatures, the Strange Love EP. And so this is a side project from Mark Hoppus from Blink-182 and Alex Gaskarth from All Time Low.
I did not have a chance to listen to this, and I don't know why I missed it, but I guess I missed it.
So when they announced this this side project, everyone was kind of like, wait, what? Like, no one knew what to expect because it's 2 notable singers from 2 notable pop punk bands. So we didn't know which way the side project was going to go. So what it ends up being is pop punk meets electronic, which is something that All Time Low kind of experimented with a little bit on their last album. I enjoyed it, All Time Low's last album, and I actually really enjoyed this EP. It's a little bit different, so you kind of have to have an open mind with it. But if you enjoy Mark and Alex's vocals on, Blink's albums and All Time Low's albums, and you enjoy some dance beats, then I think you're going to like this. Just keep an open mind. Standout tracks on this one, to me, were the first single that they released, Jug. And then the title track, Strange Love. Adrenaline is really cool. And How to Live, I thought was really good as well.
I'm going to have to check this one out. I missed this one, apparently.
Like I said, it's different, but there's just something really appealing about it. Mark and Alex's voices just really work well together.
You definitely need that. I do like both of them, though. That's the cool part here.
Yeah.
So hopefully. Yeah, I'll check that out. I'm sad I missed that.
I'm surprised.
It's been a long weekend. It's been a long week.
I know. The next new music release was Blake Shelton release. So here's the thing. I didn't know he was releasing a new single, right? Until I was on Instagram and I saw Gwen Stefani's Insta story. And that's how I found out about it, because she loves Blake, and she's always bragging about him for, obviously for good reason. And so that's how I found out about his new single. It's called God's Country. And holy crap, is this a great song. I know in the past, like Blake's, especially in the recent years, Blake's been known for his upbeat or sappy, love songs, and no one does a love song as good as Blake Shelton. But this new song is so freaking good. It's dark. He uses like a bell toll sound effect in there, and I love that. It references a lot of things that people who live in the country know about all too well. So, so my dad grew up on a farm just outside of Columbus, Ohio, and so that some of the stuff that Blake references in this song, I immediately recognize, like I know, like he's speaking from experience because Blake's from Oklahoma. He has a farm, like he doesn't have to make this stuff up. And I mean, it's the same thing, eating family dinners on Sundays and, hunting for food so that you have it, for the whole spring and summer or for the whole winter, fall. I mean, and just, I mean, like, you're proud to come from God's country. Like, I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, if you don't understand what that means, then
Yeah, I know where
go
you're
drive
coming.
out to the country and try and figure it out.
I know
I don't know how else to explain it.
I know where you're coming from. I have not listened to the song now. Now, see, I have not done my homework here. I didn't know this existed, but I do know this. Miranda Lambert's about to release new singles
Really?
because on her Twitter, it just has a gif of just saying "coming soon," and I went, "All right, she's dropping something soon."
Yeah, I'm not a Miranda fan.
Well, I mean, you took
Send all the
sides.
hate mail you want.
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say
a
you
Miranda
took
fan, I'm sorry.
sides. You took sides. I see.
Even before that happened, I was not a Miranda fan. Like while they were married, I was not a Miranda fan.
because you
I'm
wanted
not
Blake
gonna lie
Shelton
about
for yourself.
that. But yeah, the new Blake Shelton song, go give it a try. If you think that he's too lovey-dovey pop country now, telling you, go listen to this song. It's bold. It's genuine country. It's totally different than anything he's put out lately.
I do like Blake.
Yeah, I love him. He's also really freaking funny.
Oh no, he's the reason I kept tuning into The Voice as long as I did.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's how it is for a lot of people, to be honest with you. So, another next music alert. One of our song suffragettes, Hannah Ellis, she released a new single called Your Woman.
This is fantastic.
It really is a great song. She was one of CMT's Women of Country. She's on the tour, I believe, or getting ready to go on tour with them.
That's a huge tour every year, too.
Cassidy Pope.
Oh.
And I forget who else.
I will look that up while you continue on.
So she goes through, in the song, she goes through all of her different traits and everything and her characteristics. And, just to say how she loves being her boyfriend's woman and how she loves the way that he loves her. And it's just kind of like an appreciation song. And I think it's done really well. I think it's a great message. She's got such a great voice, and she really writes what's real to her. Even her previous releases are all like that, like they come straight from her heart. And I think she's definitely someone that you're going to want to keep an eye on.
It's a great song. That's one that I went, wow, because did not know she was part of the song Suffragettes, but
Yeah.
such a good, like I listened to that song. The first time I heard it, I went, okay, I can listen. I'm going to put this in my playlist automatically. Very rare. Again, it's very rare. Especially if you make my travel playlist, it's really rare. And it made the travel playlist. So
Yeah, that's good. I'm glad.
Cassidy, I see Cassidy Pope and Claire Dunn and Hannah Ellis.
Yeah, Claire Dunn, that was the other one I couldn't think of. Next on my list is Casey Donahue, who is Texas. So it's Texas country or red dirt road, kind of country, whatever they call it. So he released a bunch of individual songs. I don't know why he didn't just put them on an EP. I feel like that would have made it so much easier for us. But the ones that I really enjoyed were Let's Make a Love Song, Bad Guy, Southern Girl, and Still Ain't Made It Home. Again, he's another one who's just got a really great voice, especially for radio. And I mean, Texas radio is like its own world.
Oh, Texas and Oklahoma have their own. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. And when these Texas country acts come to Chicago, like on Joe's on Weed Street or Joe's Live in Rosemont, oh my God, you would never guess that they would sell out as often as they do. But holy crap, do they? Reckless Kelly, Casey Donahue, Randy Rogers Band. They're all, it's all Texas country. And they do so, same thing with Cody Johnson. Like, they all do so well in a big city like Chicago. It blows my mind.
So I listened to one song and went, nope. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be the jerk because apparently, we're always going to have differences of opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
The one about coming home.
Still Ain't Made It Home.
Yeah.
I love that song. I
like the lyrics, but it falls into what I like to call pander country, which makes me completely tune out.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I love this song especially. So for anyone who hasn't listened to it yet, it's about the struggles that our veterans face that no one else can see when they come home from war.
Now I'm gonna sound like a dick for not liking this song. Thanks.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I've been a fan of Casey Donahue's for a long time.
Oh, I thought the other three were great.
I've seen him live. I've actually we've gotten to meet him at Joe's on Weed Street before. And so I really enjoyed these songs that he put out last week.
If it's just one song, though, it's not that bad. And it was the last song I listened to, and I went, yeah, no, this one's my turn-off song. So,
yeah, that one really struck a chord with me.
No, I mean, if you know someone who's in the military or in the military yourself, that song's gonna hit you hard.
Yeah, for sure.
But like to me, it falls in that same category as the Toby Keith song.
Which one?
Red, White, and Blue.
I love that song.
Yeah, but you get where I'm coming from. Like it falls into this. Oh, like I'm not saying this to be mean. Like there's this dude who does car commercials here who always says "God bless our troops" after every ad. And I'm like, bah, I know what you're doing. Stop. I sound like a dick.
I think that's the same thing. Like I don't think you can compare the two with country music because these artists who do songs like this in country music, Toby Keith, Justin Moore, Trace Adkins, Casey Donahue in this case, these are artists who genuinely mean what they're saying.
Oh no, I get that.
They believe the lyrics 100%, and they do this stuff off the stage, on the stage, doesn't matter. Like when the cameras are rolling, aren't rolling, like they genuinely support all the different organizations. They go overseas and they play for the troops. They meet them. They talk to the guys.
Oh no,
like,
I completely agree with that. They
genuinely believe in the cause, and that's why they do it. It's not like to me, I don't think you can compare it to some idiot car salesman.
Well, no,
just using it to sell cars.
Well, to me though, it's an advertising ploy to get people to go, we're going to stand up and this is what we're going to listen to. It's kind of just to me, it's like a marketing aspect in music. We're debating on this show. Holy crap.
I can say that, but in this case, I completely disagree.
And that's why this show exists. It's one of those one songs that I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to. If I heard it live, okay, but I'm probably not going to listen to it on my playlist or on the radio.
So that's it for the new music alerts. Well, I mean, there's one more, or two more actually, but they fall under my music picks of the week.
Yeah.
Amanda's music picks. So the first one, I have two this week. So the first one is Rob Thomas, God bless him, released another single off of the new album Chip Shoe Smile, and it's called I Love It. And
have we tried to get a Rob Thomas interview yet? Because as much as we're like
if this podcast can reach Rob Thomas, dude, it is my goal in life to interview him. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there for anyone who's listening that has any kind of connection to Rob Thomas.
I don't know if you know this reference, but did you ever see the SNL sketches with Chris Farley?
A long time ago.
Where he interviewed Paul McCartney and he was just like, you know that time you were in that band called the Beatles? What was that like? I just see that going with Rob Thomas interview. That's how I see it.
I always come up with way more well thought out questions than that.
Yeah, but it's Rob Thomas, and I could see you fangirl hard.
I would try my hardest to hold it together. So this song is like, oh my god, you know the fire emoji on your phone? That's how I would describe this song. Like, it's just so, from the moment the beat starts, like, okay, look, I can't dance to save my life. I don't really like to dance, but the moment this song comes on, like, it just makes you want to move. Like, that's how, like, oh god, I love this song so much. It's catchy as hell. Like I said, it really just makes you want to move. It's got like kind of like a funky beat to it, but not like in a weird, like not like in a weird way. It's just got like a good groove to it. So I really have a great feeling about the new album. And every interview I hear, the more he reveals about it, I literally cannot wait until April 26th.
Only 22 more days or so, yeah.
I know, it feels like forever away. Did you listen to this one?
I did.
What'd you think?
It's Rob Thomas. It shows up in my automatic alerts now. He's one of those artists I've always listened to. I enjoy it. I like it. Yeah. I don't know if I like it as much as the first single, but
they're different. I mean, you enjoy, you enjoy them in a different way. Is how I look at it.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I can see that. again, it's going to be one of those things too. Like, please release a music video so I'll enjoy this even more because I'm still that person who has to be visual.
Well, so there's a lyric video, and it's like all the behind the scenes kind of stuff, and
I'm
even
okay with
that
that.
is really cool.
Lyric videos are hit or miss for me. It really depends on like how it's done.
Yeah, you got to watch this one if you haven't.
I will check that out. Well, yeah, because I was gone all week, so yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it's really entertaining. And this one, I can't wait like to hear it. I think it's going to sound great like live, like in an amphitheater, especially over the summer. It's got that total loud like amphitheater vibe to it. My next music pick, and this one we're going to go into a lot more detail about, is OAR's new album, The Mighty. Oh man, I waited for this album for so long, and it definitely lived up to my expectations. It's such a fantastic album.
Very rare that when you wait for something so long, will it ever live up to an expectation?
Yeah, it is. It is kind of rare. But I've learned that with a lot of my favorite artists and bands, I'm usually not disappointed. So I was really excited to hear this album, and I was even more excited to not be disappointed.
That's a good thing. That's a really good thing.
I just want to talk a minute about the album art. So it's like almost like a jungle scene, and then there's like this, I don't want to say it's a silhouette, but like it's an elephant, but you don't like, it's like an elephant like walking toward, and then over the elephant's trunk are the words The Mighty and then OAR underneath that. And you listen to this album and you get the album art. Like, it's a really cool cover. If you get a chance to see it, you can see it on Apple Music or iTunes. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting and something worth pointing out. All the way through, like I said, fantastic album. They do a great job of mixing reggae and rock on some songs, and it just makes for a really great sound. And in my opinion, they've always been great at it. But this album kind of takes it to that next level. That really, again, it's an album that I can't wait to hear live at like an amphitheater. Which
apparently might be Colorado if you have your way.
Yeah. So it's official. Like, I am going to Denver to
Are you serious?
At Red Rocks. This has been on my bucket list to see a show at Red Rocks.
Yeah, that's one of the coolest venues ever.
Yeah, it's just been a matter of waiting for one of my favorite bands to play there. And I felt like it was kind of a sign when this band and this album, and it's just all kind of aligning, and flights were really great, and I found the right hotel at a really great price. And I mean, I'm only going for 2 nights, and because that's what's affordable. But I can't wait. And to be honest with you, the song I'm really looking forward to most to hearing at Red Rocks is going to be the second song on the album, California. And I briefly talked about this on our first episode of Striking a Chord. Oh God, this is one of my favorite songs, not just on this album, but by OAR in general. And it's quickly becoming one of my favorite songs by any band. To me, it's such a universal message about following your dreams, and how even if you start with a simple step, it's still a step in the right direction. It's also about doing what makes you happy in general, whether it's dressing how you want or loving whoever you want. And the other important message in the song is supporting the dreams of your loved ones, your children, your siblings, your whoever, no matter where it takes them, whether it takes them across the country, across the world, or just a few hours away, it doesn't matter. And the last verse it's kind of like a father speaking to his son. And I mean, you don't have to be a guy or a parent to relate to the song. You can take it however you want. Like, I find the song super relatable for somebody who has big dreams and is been trying to follow them and chase them. And I mean, the last verse of the song is, I'm not going to get it right now, but it's basically like, don't forget, like, he's basically telling his son, like, go to California, live your dream, and just don't forget, like, if you need us, like, call us, like, we're here. You know what I mean? Like, it's so great. And one of my favorite lines in the beginning of the song is, dreaming in your room isn't ever going to get it done. You've got to walk before you run. And then another one is, fight like the great ones. Oh, God, this song, I haven't gotten sick of hearing it yet. I like practically have it on repeat. It's just such an inspirational song, and I really, really, really cannot wait to hear it live and at Red Rocks of all venues. It's going to be indescribable.
So
Like, it's going to be one of those moments.
Can we expect a story on this as well?
Oh, absolutely.
I had to.
So to me, and I don't want to keep harping on one song, but like, so you know, there's certain moments when, as a music lover, as a concert goer, when you see bands, especially your favorite bands, perform live, there's certain moments that just are so captivating. They blow you away, and you'll always remember them. So for me, not to get off track, but for me, one of those moments was like early to mid 2000s. I saw Offspring. Dropkick. This was a tour when Dropkick Murphys opened for them.
Holy crap!
Dropkick Murphys opened for them, and there was a smaller. I don't want to say it might have been Rancid. Might have been Rancid that opened up before Dropkick Murphys, and then
Dropkick
like
Murphys
kind of and then Offspring. And it was the venue was again, if you're familiar with Chicago and downtown area, it was on the lakefront where Lake Shake also takes place, Northerly Island. It's right on the lake. You got this beautiful breeze coming in. It's an outdoor venue. 99% of the time, it's a great sound. It's just a phenomenal experience. And, you know, Dexter Holland this was not long after that album. Oh my God, I can't think the name of the album. But it was like the last like really good album that they put out. I can't think of the name of it. But so, you know, he's going through the hits and we're singing along and, you know, dancing and stuff. And then he gets to the point where he's going to do Gone Away. Number one. First, that song in general is just an incredible song. For anyone who doesn't know it, go look it up like right now. Like the lyrics, oh my, it's just a phenomenal song. Not only does he play it though, I mean, of course he's going to play it. It's just him and the friggin' piano. And it was just so captivating. I mean, the lines he's saying, like, you know, I look to the stars and call out your name. And I mean, you're standing in the middle of this, like, essentially almost like a parking lot, like on the lake, and you're listening to him sing the song, and it's turned into a piano ballad, and it's just him and his incredible vocals. And it's one of those moments, like, I still get chills talking about it. Like, it's indescribable. It really is. Like, you'll never forget it. So, like, that's immediately what I'm thinking of when I think of going to Red Rocks and seeing OAR and getting to hear them perform California. Like, I cannot wait.
So it's going to be worth the entire trip alone.
Yeah, exactly. So to continue about the album, though, the first song on the album, Knocking at Your Door, actually the band performed this song on, I want to say it was the Today Show. I could be wrong, but I think it was the Today Show, and I believe it was early last week before the album came out. And it's a really great song. It's a perfect opener, and it's also a perfect example of what I was talking about, how they mix reggae and rock, which makes for, you know, a really great sound, not to repeat myself. It's got there's a lot of horns on this album.
You don't have to tell me twice. You've sold me.
It's just so good. Other standout tracks are Miss You All the Time and All Because of You. I've talked about those two before. They're probably the two best songs on the album. California is like coming in third there. But in general, like, the album itself is just great. Mark Roberge has one of the most unique voices in music. And when you hear him like stretch these notes and everything and hit these high notes, it's just so you genuinely feel the emotion in every note that he's singing. And that's why these OAR is one of my favorite bands. They're not just making music, but they're making music that matters to them and to their fans. Oh My is another great song on the album. It's got like a cool dance rhythm to it. You can really, and I can picture it like in a movie, like maybe like a romantic comedy or something. It's just got one of those kind of feels to it. Turn It Up Slow is more of like a little bit balladish, but again, nothing bad about the song at all. I really enjoyed it. Be Easy. It's kind of got like a breezy melody to it, a little bit more mellow. Are You For Real is going to be another one that's going to be really good to hear live. And Mark Roberge already tweeted out that he's excited to play that one at every show on the tour. It's got a good message about wanting to know if someone's real or not. You know, are they in it or are they just being fake? Again, you know, look up the lyrics to these songs and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. But yeah, they're all great songs to hear live, I think, and they're just fun, feel good, but still have great meaning and stories behind them. It's what OAR does best. Did you get to listen to this album at all?
I have. No, it's on my play. You should know this by now. Any reggae, ska kind of horn sound, I'm in 100%.
I think you'll enjoy it.
I love anything with the horn section. Just gonna say it now.
I mean, it's not necessarily like ska, but
no, it. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I'm not like a huge horn person, but when used well, and in this case they really use it well, it's so enjoyable. So that's it. I'm sure people thought like we were never going to get through our new music stuff, but that's it for the new music this week, or for last week. So next on the agenda is artists to be on the lookout for. And so one of them is somebody who released a new single last week that we talked about, Lacey Cavalier. I'm really obsessed with the single she released recently, Blue Suede Couch. And I genuinely think that she's someone you're seriously going to want to keep an eye out for. Like, get on board with her now, because
you don't want to be late to that train.
Exactly. She's so talented. She really, really writes from the heart, and she's got this raw emotion that she sings with. And Blue Suede Couch is a perfect example of how that's demonstrated. There are some other artists that this week I was thinking about that they're not necessarily new, but since the podcast is new, I feel like they're worth mentioning. So Fillmore is one artist I really think you guys should check out if you haven't already, for those who are listening. He's categorized as country, but obviously it's the new country, so you're going to have a little bit more of like a pop kind of sound to it. He's got a more upbeat, like Sam Hunt kind of sound, but minus the spoken word free verse thing that Sam does. The songs I recommend listening to by Fillmore are Slower and Country Song. Yeah. And my favorite line in Country Song is, I mean, it's the chorus part, but my heart beats to a country song. And I think the next line is, it's like it knows my story as like right when it comes on, or something like that. But yeah, it's a good, really feel good song, and it's perfect for summer, warm weather, when you're driving with the windows down and listening to it. Another artist who I kind of discovered late last year was Tyler Braden. He looks really young in his Instagram. If you go to his Instagram, I don't know how old he is. He has this really great raspy voice thing going on, and you really feel the emotion come through when he stretches the note or when he hits a high note. He's from Alabama, and so he's got 2 singles out right now. The first one that came out, I think, was in 2017. It's called Little Red Wine, which, ladies, if you're listening, listen to this song. You've come home from a long, hard day at work, long week, whatever, and you don't even have the energy to get mad at this point anymore. And your significant other, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, he feels it, and he knows to just pour the red wine, because that's the only thing that's going to do the trick right now. So Tyler Braden gets the ladies. His other song that was released last year is "Leave Me Alone." This is the song that, I mean, that you really can hear it in both, but "Leave Me Alone," you really get that sense of raw emotion that I was talking about when he stretches his notes. Again, it's that raspy voice that's just, there's something really attractive about a guy with a raspy voice. I don't know what it is.
Do you want to know this from the other side point? It also goes that way with for females who sing as well. For me,
Yeah, you know what? I have to agree with that.
like that blues raspy voice, just
Yeah, like a Bonnie Raitt.
yep. I'm done.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I agree with you completely. This next artist is one of our song suffragettes, and I actually texted you about this a couple days ago because I was on my way home from work and I was going through Instagram, of course, and I follow just about all the song suffragettes on there to keep up with
I need to.
the new songs that they're releasing and to find out about new artists that are joining the song suffragettes. And so through Kaylee Shore, who I absolutely love. I love her sound, love her, like her whole vibe. She's working on her new album right now, so I can't wait to hear that stuff. But her and a couple of her girlfriends, I don't know if the other girl she was with are also part of Song Suffragettes or not, but they were at Wild Horse Saloon to support Candy Carpenter, who is this artist I want you guys to be on the lookout for, because she was there at Wild Horse Saloon in Nashville, which is a great venue, by the way. If you ever get to go to Nashville, and make sure to check it out. I believe it's on Broadway, if I can remember correctly.
I think either this year or next year is our big Nashville trip. We haven't really. Yeah. Well, it depends. There is something that could drag me to Nashville later this year. It might drag you as well.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
So Candy was performing at Wild Horse Saloon, and she's currently working on new music. I'm not sure if it's an EP or a full album, but it's supposedly going to be out very soon from what I've been told by strong sources. And the songs that she performed that I saw through the Insta videos by Kaylee and a couple other people that Candy reposted in her Insta story. Oh my God, this girl's voice her vocals are so incredible. Like, just super powerful. And there was one song she did that I was really moved by. I don't know what the names of the songs are other than one, but I think this one is called Revelation. But the song that really moved me was the song called Purple that she was singing in the video that Kaylee took.
I have seen this video. Oh. Can I just say something about song suffragettes? Go to YouTube and just type it in, and you'll go down a rabbit hole that you will continue to go down, and you will continue to go down, and you will not be disappointed about anything you go down.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. And the cover songs that they do, because they do a cover song at the end of every show, and it's always so good. And they don't just cover female songs either. They cover, Luke. When Luke Combs will name any one of his songs and went number one, because they all have. But whichever one it was, I forget. They covered that. They've covered, I think, a couple Keith Urban songs. They do a really great version of Martina McBride. This One's for the Girls, which is one of my favorite songs. So definitely go to YouTube, check out Song Suffragettes, subscribe, set the alert button, because I sure did. I check out every video that I get the alert on my.
Their cover of No Scrubs is fantastic.
Yeah, those girls, they are so good with busting out the rhymes. Like Savannah Kais is really good about it. Kaylee's really good about it.
They're on my bucket list to go see live.
Huh?
They're on my bucket list to go see live.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was told by one of them, if I ever come there, let them know, and I'll have a table.
Which is why I'm going to drag you with me when I go to Nashville.
Yes, we definitely have to go together. But yeah, so Candy Carpenter, guys, please go follow her on Instagram, follow her on Facebook, follow her on Twitter. As soon as her new music comes out, please just go check it out. I promise you won't be disappointed. I mean, I'm talking from videos just through Insta story that I saw, and I was like absolutely blown away. This girl is so incredibly talented. I cannot tell you enough.
I've never had a quote ever put on anything, but if this is it, if this is the only quote I ever get put on something, this is it. Your ear holes will thank you.
So officially she has one single out on Apple Music or iTunes, whatever. And actually how I found out about her was a couple years ago on the Bobby Bones show. Shout out Bobby Bones. Love him. But the song is called Burn the Bed. And oh my God, it's from 2016 or 2017. The first line of that song is, most people take out the trash, they don't bring it home. I mean, that sets you up right there for
She just
how the rest
dropped
of the
the
song is gonna
T.
go. Yeah,
What?
like it's insane. I mean, she doesn't hold back, and I absolutely love her. She's got such a unique style about her that's like edgy meets old Hollywood glam.
I
She's not at
love,
all afraid to be
love.
herself.
Yeah, she's one of those. I actually think I follow her personal YouTube
Yeah,
because I try to follow every single member of Song Suffragettes, not just. Damn you for this, because now like I said, I went down that rabbit hole. You introduced
yeah.
me to one, and you introduced me to that music video that had everybody in it.
Yeah, Time's Up.
Yes, which is
Again,
probably
if you
the
guys haven't seen it yet,
greatest
go
music
watch it.
video ever.
It's
And
brilliant.
then after that, I was like, I got to look up more of these ladies. And then I'm just like, this is the future of country music. Come the F on.
It seriously is, and I want country radio to pull its head out of its ass and start getting on board with these girls. Thank God, for Radio Disney Country, because
There's something
they
I never thought I'd
are
ever
the
hear.
I know they are the heart behind females in country music, and Savannah Kies and Kaylee Shore have a show on Radio Disney Country. If you subscribe to SiriusXM, go listen to it. I believe the show is called Let the Girls Play, which is the hashtag that Song Suffragettes uses anytime in social media, on Twitter, on Instagram. I've started using it now whenever I'm sharing new music by a new female artist. I think it's super important to spread the word.
So here's what I've learned from this conversation. There's a Radio Disney Country channel.
Yes, and if you want to hear new female country artists that are ridiculously talented and deserve all the attention in the world right now, go listen to them. And Kaylee and Savannah are such sweet people. I've talked to them both. I've interviewed them both. I follow them on social media. I'm not just saying this, guys, like to kiss somebody's ass. Like I'm not that kind of person. I genuinely love their music. Long before I got to interview them, but they're just such great people. Seriously.
By the way, country radio DJs, pull your heads out of your asses. All right. Go ahead.
Seriously, please.
I'm in that mood. I'm sorry. Like, I know this. I'm going to get the most hate mail I ever got in today's episode. Like, I know it's coming. All right.
But yeah, if labels are smart and they want to sign an artist who could easily be the next big thing, then they definitely need to sign Candy Carpenter. So that's the end of our artists to be on the lookout for. So I hope everyone had a pen and paper or had the notes
or you can just
in their
read,
phone
or
to
you
write
can
them
just
all down.
or you can just re-download the episode and listen to it again.
This is true, and I like that idea better.
Yeah, there you go.
This is why I need you on the show.
Even though I have hardly any voice and I've not helped at all in this one. Yeah.
You made it sound like you had like no voice at all. Like I was expecting like Kermit the
Oh,
Frog.
man.
And that's not at all how it is.
Oh no, here's the thing. I've sucked down 36 cough drops before doing this, hit the throat spray 9 times, and took some nasal congestion. Nope. This is me yelling. So
Well, I appreciate you taking one for the team tonight.
there was really quick. I know
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with anything we've talked about, but I have to tell this story. We're on the way home from Kansas City, and we put on my wife's phone for the first time ever, because usually it's always my phone. And the first song on her playlist is Aaron's Party by Aaron Carter.
Oh no.
And I hung my head and shaved. I know we're getting to the main course here in a minute. I did not realize that anyone had that song on their freaking playlist.
That's funny.
Yeah, I have to make fun of somebody.
Did you let her play it all the way through?
Oh yeah, no, I listened to the whole song. I knew all the words. I'm not going to deny that, but
Oh wow.
I haven't heard that song in a long time. You calm down.
I don't think I've ever heard that song. Like I know of the song, but I haven't actually listened to it.
Bull.
And I'm not just saying that. I really haven't.
I got super excited that Miley Cyrus posted on Twitter that she's a Hannah Montana post, and I got freaking stoked over it that I retweeted it. Like, come on. That was my weekend with music.
I love how different our weekends with music and music are. So our our next segment. So you know what? Actually, so before we get to on the road, since you were talking about music news, the only music news right now I have is that Pink's new album, which features her single "Walk Me Home," fantastic song, absolutely love it. Her new album comes out the same day as, wait for it,
Rob Thomas.
Rob Thomas.
Hey.
April 26th.
I love Pink albums. Like, I don't know what it is.
I like Pink a lot.
She's gonna stick around forever. I hope so. Yeah. It's probably the best tie into the late 90s, early 2000s we still have in music.
Agreed. Yeah, for sure. If you ever get the chance to, if you haven't already, go on YouTube, since unfortunately it's no longer on TV anymore. Thanks a lot. Go on YouTube and check out the VH1 Behind the Music of Pink, because it's really interesting.
That's a good one.
It really is. I actually might go back and watch it again tomorrow, since we're talking about it today.
You know what I miss? Pop-up video. There.
Yes, pop-up video, VH1 Behind the Music, the countdowns, music video countdowns. Ugh.
Music video countdowns.
Music television in general.
Real
like
music
legitimate,
television.
yeah.
Not the occasional reality show thrown in.
Right. Speaking of music television, again, another shout out to Kaylee Shore and the song Suffragettes. So on her last EP, she had a song called Awake, on the Awake EP, and she, end of last year, or beginning of this year, she came out, she released a pop version of the song, and it featured a male singer on there. I forget his name, I apologize. It's a friend of hers, and they did a video for it, super artistic video, and this video was recently added to MTV. So
it plays in the 1 hour.
For Kaylee Shore.
So it plays in between 2 and 3 in the morning. But
yeah, I don't know how MTV works now, but I mean, it's still, a notable network. So I'm happy for her.
That's a huge deal.
Yeah. So then moving on to our On the Road segment, which again, for anyone who's just tuning in for the first time, it is where we talk about recent tour and festival announcements. Something I don't have it written down in my notes, but I'm just thinking about that was announced this week. For anyone who has plans to see the Rolling Stones this summer, if you haven't already seen them, you're not going to be seeing them this summer because, and I don't say I shouldn't, I'm not trying to laugh about it, but they have postponed the tour because Mick Jagger is having some health issues. So hope he gets better soon, take care of himself.
Yeah, not trying to make light of that situation. I didn't even know this. But honest to God, you would think if someone's going to have health issues, it's Keith Richards. Like, what?
I know.
Not trying to be...
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, no, my mind's going down that comedy route. I'm like, I can't do that right now. Can I tell you the one that I told you before the show?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Foo Fighters, Weezer, and Tenacious D.
Random, but awesome.
Who opens? That's the fun
argument. It has to be Tenacious D. It has to be.
See, I think it's Weezer and Tenacious D's in the middle.
No way. Other way around.
Because Foo Fighters is closing.
Of course.
Like, Foo Fighters is the biggest of the three.
Absolutely.
Well...
There's no denying that.
Well... I mean, there could probably be an argument that Tenacious D kind of falls maybe somewhere, depending on who you are as a person.
I mean, seriously, we talked about this, last week? Or the week before or something? Or on our 90th episode, maybe?
Yeah, on live.
What have they done lately?
They did that movie, and then that was it.
Right, they haven't put out new music in how long? I didn't even know they were, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who can say this, I didn't even know that they were still a thing. And now all of a sudden they're popping up on festivals?
And now doing a tour? Yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm 100% fine at seeing Jack Black in person.
Yeah, it's fine, but I mean, let's not jump the gun and put them in, in the middle between Weezer and Foo Fighters.
Well, no, it just depends. I think it would be a good cool down between Weezer and Foo Fighters is what I was going with. You open the show strong, you end the show strong. You've got Tenacious D in the middle, not taking anything away from Tenacious D. No,
I think it's with a tour like that.
That's a tough tour to headline. That's like Kiss and Aerosmith.
Momentum as you go.
I didn't know how there's two ways you could do that. You could either go from bottom to high, or you could do a big bang in the open, cool down, a big bang at the end.
See, I don't think I feel like you would lose the momentum, and that's not usually what you want to do on a tour.
Or you just have them work the crowd while they're setting up the other band.
Yeah, that's true.
Because technically, it's just the dude, the guitar, and Jack Black.
Yeah, so he'd kind of be like an MC kind of thing. So a few years ago, when I saw Blake Shelton play Wrigley Field, it was the band Perry before they turned all pop and weird. No offense to anyone who likes the band Perry.
Shut up.
It was them and this is when they were still country. It was them and Dan and Shay who opened, but who emceed the whole thing was Neil McCoy.
What
And
the
he did
hell?
a fantastic job. It was awesome. Like, he came out before each act and he did cover songs of like recent like stuff, even like some hip hop stuff. He did his own solo stuff like Wink and The Shake and other songs I can't think of right now.
I still want someone to tell me how he ended
a couple jokes. Like, it was really cool.
I still want someone to explain to me how Neil McCoy ended up as Entertainer of the Year 3 years in a row. Like, I want someone to really sit down and be like, this is how this really happened.
He's a good performer. Entertainer of the Year, I don't know, but he was a good performer when I saw him.
Oh no, I'm not taking anything away from him, but Entertainer of the Year over Garth and George Strait, and even though I don't like him, but Clint Black, like, there's a bunch of big names at that time, and you're like, Neil McCoy, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's like saying Joe Diffie's the greatest voice of our generation. Come on.
You love Joe Diffie, though.
I love Joe Diffie, but I know he's not the greatest voice of our generation.
Yeah, true.
He's the second greatest voice of our generation. But still,
John Deere Green.
Foo Fighters and Weezer and Tenacious D.
Yeah,
I'm in on this.
If you're a fan, I mean, go check that out. I don't know what cities it's coming to, but I know it's limited cities.
And then the like 3 festivals are going to be at as well. Like, I think they're playing on the same day, back to back to back at Lollapalooza now. So, which still just baffles me that Tenacious D would be opening for one of those bands. Like, it just 2019 is a very weird year.
The Eagles are doing Las Vegas. They're doing 2 nights in Las Vegas, MGM Grand Garden Arena, September 27th and 28th. So, if you win the lottery between now and September, by all means, go check out the Eagles in Las Vegas, because Lord knows those are going to be way more money than any of their regular tours are.
Speaking of going on tour, Celine Dion just announced she's going on a 25-city U.S. tour.
I saw that today, actually.
I don't, like, part of me wants to go. Then there's part of me that's like, is it weird for me to want to go?
Whenever I think of Celine Dion now and like on tour, I think of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days and Matthew McConaughey being dragged to it.
So my Celine Dion experience, like, I've never seen her live, but the one thing I think about is not Titanic. It's There was a VH1 Divas Live special where she butchered the crap out of Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. Like, I mean, she butchered it.
I can't even picture her doing that song.
Oh, it's bad. It's bad.
I'm not surprised, really.
But I want her to, if she covers that in her show, 100% buying a ticket. Don't even care.
Oh my goodness. Another tour that was announced this week, Elvis Costello and Blondie.
What in the crap?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan. But
I like Blondie.
Somebody out there is.
Not the biggest Elvis Costello fan, but I do like Blondie.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what I got for On the Road.
Weird week for much music releasing. Weird week for concert announcements.
Yeah, for sure. So unless we have any more weird concert announcements that are coming through, I think it's time for our feature segment.
I do believe it is. Oh boy.
Which is, for anyone who didn't pay attention earlier in the episode, we are doing lyrics that have stopped us in our tracks for any reason, whether it's a funny lyric, an odd lyric that just kind of made you like scratch your head and go, what the hell are they talking about? Or if like you're like me and you are a huge lyric person, it's lyrics that mean something. And so that's probably why a lot of mine are slightly on the more depressing side of things. So I apologize now. Anyone who feels like they need to drink like 3 bottles of wine after this episode.
Really quick, Ozzy Osbourne announced that he is cutting a lot of dates due to health issues.
Yeah, I saw that tonight as well.
That's the only other tour thing. Continue on.
Yeah, so I mean, I've said this on previous episodes. I just said it now. I'm very much a lyric person. Without the lyrics, there's no song. And so there's a movie that I grew up on, and the actual line from the movie is, "Without the words, there's no song." And if you are listening and you know the movie that line is from, send us an email or send us a Facebook post, a tweet, whatever, and we'll give you a shout out on our social media.
Hell, if you do that, I'll send you a shirt.
See, there you go. Rich will send you a shirt. But yeah, without the words, there's no song. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you have to have a catchy beat, catchy melody, but if you don't have meaningful lyrics that resonate with somebody that somebody can relate to, your song is not going to be remembered. It's just not. I'm sorry. I mean, sure, will it end up on a one-hit wonder list somewhere down the line, like a Macarena? Probably, or like Lou Bega and Mambo Number 5? Sure, possibly.
You cut Lou Bega some slack. He had one hit. You're right.
Yeah, one-hit wonder, like I said. But to me, the songs that stand out are the songs with memorable lyrics. So that's how I built my list. Like I said, there's only one on here where it's on here because anytime I hear it, I'm always like, I wonder what that means, because I have no idea.
Oh boy, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I might start with that one, to be honest with you.
Mine's a lot of humor, but that's because you hear something and you're like, wait, what? Have you ever just been listening to a song, you hear the lyric and you're just confused enough to go, I have to listen to this again?
Yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
Okay.
So for me, it's a lot of bluegrass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, I have bluegrass in my lyrics
Not
list.
what I was expecting.
No, there's a reason.
So here's the thing. You can't tell me to make a list of favorite lyrics, because, that's like letting a child loose in the candy store. That's basically what happened here. So obviously we're not going to get through them all.
There might be a part
two.
two.
Have to talk really fast.
Well, there could be a part two. That's what sets that up.
Yeah, that's true too. But yeah, so and these aren't even all of them. I could have easily spent days going through my music library.
I was just gonna say, if I felt better, I could come up with more serious stuff. But I'm just like, I have to laugh. This is just a few, and I use the word few very loosely because there's pages here. But don't judge me. These are just a few of the ones that, and a lot of them are recent, just because they've popped up in a lot more of my playlists. But there are some older ones, and just ones that have stuck out, the songs, and then you go through and you listen to the lyrics. And again, it's not even like how intricately they're worded or anything like that, or like they're super complex. It's just the emotion that they pull from you when you hear them. That's how I listen to music. I don't know what anyone else does. I think I do both. Like, I listen to for emotional pull, but I also listen to it for just like, I want to feel better.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
there are just times when you listen to a song and go, I get this song 100%, and it is the worst possible song you could ever get 100%. And I have a few of those as well.
So I will let you go ahead and start.
Okay, so should I just start with my big serious one, or should I start with like this ultimate funny one?
Start with your serious one, and then I'll start with my only like weird one.
Look, you could tell me any set of lyrics from Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm 100% into this song. Like, and it always takes me back to a much happy, like, I know it's like one of the saddest songs ever too, but for some reason, every time I hear the song, I think of like sitting at 12 years old with a bowl of popcorn and a thing of sweet tea watching Wayne's World. Mm-hmm. And that's the mindset I get when I hear this. It's just, for me, it just takes me back to a better place. But just the opening, is this real life? Is this just fantasy? I could
It's
sing
funny.
it.
I never would have thought about that as a serious lyric.
No, the whole song is pretty hardcore, honestly. But like, it is such a wonderful song.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the greatest.
It's iconic.
Yeah, maybe one of the greatest songs of the last 50 years kind of situations.
It's definitely unique, that's for sure.
Right. I mean, they named a movie after
Well,
this
it's
song.
I mean, it's like a biopic or whatever,
Yeah,
biography.
biopic.
Yeah, there you go.
And I mean, but it's such a good song, and that song resonates with so many fans of not just Queen but of music.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, that's my first one.
All right. So my scratch your head one. That's how I'll put it. It's the song "Little Things" by Bush, and the line in the song, unless you want to guess what it is,
Oh boy.
the lyric is, the cupboard is empty. We really need food. Summer is winter, and you always knew. Does anyone know what that means? Because Rich will send you 2 T-shirts if you can tell
Could you
us.
please say that one more time?
You want me to repeat it?
Yes.
Okay. The cupboard is empty. We really need food. Summer is winter, and you always knew.
Yeah, I got nothing.
See? Like I said, if you're listening, you know what that means. Rich will send you 2 T-shirts.
You know, I will. Not only will I do that, I'll send you tickets to a comic convention in your area. Jeez.
I mean, I love the song. I really, I love the album this is off of as well. But for the life of me, I'll never understand what that line means.
That sounds like some Fargo stuff. Like it sounds like they're getting ready to eat somebody.
Like some cannibalism.
Yeah, like that's what I get from that. I know that's probably not right at all, but
No, I don't think so. I think Gavin Rossdale was a cannibal.
so, oh jeez. Well, this went off rails quick, didn't it?
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm gonna lean towards some Real Big Fish
Okay.
next because I gotta find the lyric again. I had it, and then it's just
Quick note: my favorite Real Big Fish album is "Cheer Up."
That's a good album.
I love that album.
Crap. There we go. So I'm listening to this album, and it's called Candy Coated Fury,
Okay.
and it came out right after my divorce.
Mm-hmm.
And every song on there was, like, I like to refer to it, positive negativity. And yeah, no, it's an oxymoron, but if you listen to the album, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And one of the songs on there is called "Everybody Else Is an Asshole." I tried to forgive, I tried to live and let live, but everyone else is an asshole. And everybody else thinks of no one but themselves, and no one wants to help because they're all assholes. And every friendly chat is a knife in the back, a sneaky attack waiting to happen.
I love that.
Positive negativity, kids.
And it's all set to like the most upbeat.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. So like when we were at Warped, and that's the first song they go into, and I look at my friend that went with me, and I go, "This is a good night, isn't it?" And he just is like, "I cannot believe I have never listened to them this much before."
I remember we were at Warped for the last time that I went to Warped for me and my one really good friend. We were there, and Real Big Fish was, I don't know if it was like an official signing at their tent, or if the guy, the dark hair, I have a picture I can send you.
No, I know who it is, yeah.
He happened to be at the tent, and my friend is a diehard, I love Real Big Fish, but she's a diehard fan. So we stopped, and so she could get a picture with him, and it was really cool. That's my Real Big Fish story.
He's super nice. He is really super nice.
They're really good live. They're fun to watch.
Oh, like if you get a chance to see them live, 100%.
Definitely.
100%.
My next one is, I'd always thought about this, but I hadn't thought about it lately until earlier this week, we were in the car, and my favorite radio station is, again, if you have Sirius XM, Pop Rocks. Love it. 90s, 2000s pop rock music. What else can you ask for? So the song "Closing Time" by Semisonic came on, and I've always been fascinated by this line. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
Yes. Yes.
It really stops and makes you think, because, I mean, it's the honest to God truth. Like, your new beginning came from somebody else's ending. It's kind of like it kind of screws with your mind.
So the first time I've heard that song, and I never really put into context just other than like the lyric, like the chorus, like closing time.
Right.
I mean, that's all anyone really knows of that song anyway.
Yeah.
But no, like those lyrics are deep.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah. Go back and listen to that song and like really pay attention to it.
I don't know. I could name another Semisonic song, but
no.
Like I like Semisonic, but jeez. Now I'm gonna go listen to that album. I need to go find that album and just see if there's anything else on that album that's actually worth a crap.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That lyric always stuck out to me.
I'm gonna do some bluegrass.
Oh boy.
So I discovered a band last year called the Dead South.
Okay.
They are a fantastic bluegrass band. And I discovered them one night when I was looking for just a midnight music video to post on the website. And I go down rabbit holes constantly in new music. Just constantly. So I'm sitting there and I discover the one song that I was like, oh, they have more than one music video. I'm going to listen to them. Because I enjoy bluegrass. I'm a weird person.
That's okay. I know people... Well, I mean, my dad and my brother like bluegrass.
I just went from Real Big Fish to a bluegrass band. Come on. Eventually a rap song showing up in my stuff too. Come on. So there's a song called Banjo Odyssey.
Okay.
Where I just have it on in the background and I'm listening and I'm trying to work and do stuff and my dog's going crazy in the background. If anyone can hear it, I apologize. And I'm doing this awesome like write up on this song, and then all of a sudden I hear the chorus of this song. I'm sorry, everybody. That's all I can say. But it's one of those choruses where you have to listen to the song like 20 times to make sure, is that what I just really heard? So here's the chorus. Mother said she's my brother's daughter. I don't even know who's my father. I guess she's my cousin, but she needs some sweet loving anyway. And I went, wait, what the hell?
That's like a song you need a whiteboard for to draw a family tree.
Oh, that's one of those like that GIF of the dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with the bat behind him with the pins and everything. Like, what? And the whole song's like this. And I'm just working on something. You know, when you write something, you don't pay attention to what you're doing, and then all of a sudden you're like, what? What was that?
I can just picture,
That song's a ringtone on my phone now. If I'm in a place where I don't like people around me, yeah, that's the song I put as my ringtone. Like I like if you hear that, you're gonna step as far away from me as possible.
And the funny part is that you live in Arkansas.
Oh yeah, no, that makes it 10 times better. That makes it 10 times better.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So, in case anyone hasn't figured it out by now, I'm a big 90s fan. The Gin Blossoms are one of my favorite bands from the 90s, and New Miserable Experience is an iconic album from the 90s. Just a little music history there for you, in case you weren't aware. And the song, one of my favorite songs by them is Found Out About You, which is on the New Miserable Experience album. And there is 2 lines from that song. The first one that I'm going to read to you is, and I believe it's in the first chorus, first verse, I'm sorry. Is there a line that I could write that's had enough to make you cry? And then another line a little bit later in the song is, the love I thought I'd won, you give for free. Yeah, I mean, it's a little, like, it's kind of deep. Like, it's got a little bit of a bitter edge to it, and I think that's why I love it so much. Like, it's dark.
When did these 90s songs get edge to them and I'm not aware of it? Like, is it now just that we're adults and I'm like, oh.
I mean, I was always a fan of this line in this song, and I think I always knew it was dark. It's just, I think it's when you're going through stuff and then you hear it when it really starts to resonate with you.
Gotcha.
And so that's why, like, for me, like, it always stuck out, like, as one of my favorite lyrics. So that's why I wanted to include it.
Gotcha. I understand. Like, there's just some songs where now I'm like, wow, did I listen to that? Because, like, I remember the first time I hear "I'm Sexy" and I know it, and I, honest to God, just stopped everything I was doing and went, "This is the greatest song I've ever heard."
You would say that.
Well, no, it's just like I've got a passion in my pants and I ain't afraid to show it, and you're just like, what?
I can't even take that seriously.
No, and then you're just sitting there. Like, I mean, they're trying to play this on a radio station, and I went, wait, did he just say he has a passion? I'm sexy. Like, oh, this song's great. Oh my God, where has this song been all my life? And then there's a song where they're dancing with the hamsters in the car commercial. Yeah,
And off the rails we go again.
yeah, no. So that has nothing to do. Actually, that song was on my list, but I just wanted to get that one out of the way quickly because I was like, there's not really lyrics to that song other than I've got a passion in my pants, and there we go. So the songs will resonate through during bad times, and I was going through a breakup, and all of a sudden, and back to 2002, I think it was, and "Crazy for This Girl" came out.
I love that song.
Oh no, I love that song too. And I never thought I'd ever hear anything from those guys again.
I don't think I ever did hear anything from them again.
You did.
Uh-oh.
And that is the song that got me, because "Pray for You" by Jared and the Lonely, whatever his band's called. By the guy from Evan and Jared.
I love how detailed you are
Yeah,
in your
well.
descriptions.
Well, I know it's Jared and the Lonely Road. Is it the Lonely Road Home or Lonely? I'm going to get hate mail. I don't. You know what?
Jared and the Longhorns?
No, Jared and the Longhorns. What?
I don't know. I feel like I saw that somewhere.
Jared and the Long. That ain't right either. I guess it's Jared and the Long Road to Love. What?
That's a band name?
Yeah, no, it's got the dude from Evan and Jared. You'll know the song.
I don't know.
Oh, you'll know the song. So I'm going through a breakup, and things did not go really well in that relationship. And I think I'm listening to pop radio, because I know this song got played on both, on country and pop. You know where I'm going now, don't you?
No, I'm just going along with
it.
I'm still a little confused.
Yeah, no, and I mean, okay, so I know you've heard "Pray for You."
It's possible. I would have to hear it to know.
Yeah, I'm not singing. I'll read the lyrics, but I pray that a flower pot falls from a windowsill and knocks you in the head like I'd like to.
Oh my God.
I pray your birthday comes and nobody calls. I pray you're flying high when your engine stalls. I pray all your dreams never come true. Just know wherever you are, near or far, in your house or in your car, wherever you are, honey, I pray for you. Holy crap, this resonates in bad relationships.
This is like Dr. Seuss meets like Dark Side of the Moon.
You know, if you play the Jaren song backwards while watching. No, like, this is do you not remember this song?
I don't think so. I'm definitely going to look it up now.
It's his one-hit wonder. I'll tell you that. Well, I guess it's his two-hit wonder since him and Evan, which that dude fell off the map. I don't know whatever. It's like the other hosts on American Idol.
Yeah. If you still want to hear "Crazy for This Girl," though, and you have SiriusXM, I feel like SiriusXM should just sponsor us because I keep referencing them. But they played that song "Crazy for This Girl" on Pop Rock's station all the time.
That was on my Justin's yearbook CD. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a crazy song, though.
It's a great, like, "Pray for You" is just, if you're going through anything with a bad relationship or in a bad situation with, like, people you care about, that song will make you feel better. Trust me.
I know, like, it's not funny, but just
no, it is.
Read it, like, it was really funny to me.
It is. I know.
Sticking with the depressing lyrics, my next one is one of my favorite rock bands. You haven't heard from them in probably like a couple years, I think. And the last album they put out did have a new lead singer, which was unfortunate, but it was still good. The band is Fuel.
Holy crap.
I knew you were going to say that. And the song is, God, this is going to go down as one of probably the most popular alt rock songs in the early 2000s.
Hemorrhage in My Hands?
No, that was the album that came after this.
Oh.
So this album is, actually forgot. I had the name of it, now I forgot. It's like Bitter something or Sun. Oh, crap, I forget. But the song is Shimmer.
Oh, I haven't heard that in a long time.
It's a great song, one of my favorites. And so the line that I'm going to quote is the main line in the song. All that shimmers in this world is sure to fade away again. And it's something like when you hear the song on the radio, you're singing along, you don't really realize what you're singing, and you really listen to it, and it's like, huh. Like, you start to think about it, and it's just like, wow, like, it's kind of like got some truth to it. Like, yeah, like everything like that shimmers for a while is great, but then at some point, like, it goes away.
That's deep.
I know, not to like depress anyone, but
oh, I know. I actually thought of one that's actually kind of sad. So hey, I know that. I never think of Fuel as one of those bands who have really hard, like really serious lyrics for some reason.
They're some of the best. I love them.
Like, I just remember Hemorrhage in My Hands. I know there's another one. Like, that tells a lot about my listening at that point. That, and I'm probably hyped up on medications right now, and I don't remember anything. They were fun. I don't know whatever. Are they still doing music?
Well, again, so they got a new singer a few years ago.
That's it. What happened to their old one?
I don't remember. I don't know the whole story. But again, that's a band that deserves VH1 Behind the Music.
Let me tell you something. If they ever give me a Behind the Music of Creed, I know this sounds stupid, but you went about a great...
I think there already is one, isn't there? Or there's one on Scott Stapp, maybe?
There's probably one on Scott Stapp, because that dude's an idiot. But if you give me one on the rest of the members of the band, and then bring in Alter Bridge, because they're so much better as Alter Bridge.
Yeah. Also, to correct myself before we get any hate mail, or I get called out on it, Fuel's first album, which featured the song Shimmer, was called Sunburn, 1998. Their second album, which has the song Hemorrhage, which is what you were referencing, the album is called something like Human, and that came out in 2000. That album has one of my favorite songs, Bad Day, on it.
Oh, yeah, I remember that song. Okay.
Yeah, that's actually a really great album.
So, there's another show that we do where Sharon and I watch The Office. Right now, that's the show we're binging. Where we just talk about the show while we're binging it. Yeah, it sounds boring-ish. It sounds boring, but it's really fun. But that's my favorite show ever.
Okay.
To find a song that ties into your favorite show. No, now you say like you laughed, but to find a song that ties into the show that's actually really emotional is hard. I don't know if anyone's ever found unless you're a Game of Thrones fan. But so here's the lyric. Now the finale's done and I'm alone. I'm on a Netflix trip here on my phone, but who I am is in these episodes, so don't you tell me that it's just a show.
That's from The Office?
No, that's from the song. The song called Netflix Trip by AJR.
Okay.
And I got this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I keep seeing their name pop up on radio, and I always change the channel because I have no idea who they are.
So a friend of mine's like, hey, I know you're a fan of The Office. You need to listen to this song. And it talks about all these life events that happens while the show is going on. Like his grandpa dies in season 6. But like he was able to get through it by watching The Office. And I'm like, I understand this because my mom died in the season finale season. And like the song hit me really hard. It's one of the only songs that if I listen to all the way through, no matter where I am, I will cry.
Yeah.
Hey, there's my emotional moment for the show. Woo! And yeah, no, it's a great song. I didn't know who they were. And then, like I said, a friend sent the song to me. And now they're going to be in St. Louis at the end of July, I believe. And I went, well, now I got to go see them live, right? Even if I just like one song and I don't really know anything else, I gotta go, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I mean, that's how it starts.
yeah, I haven't really, like, I don't want to listen to anything else because if I'm like, what if I don't like it? And I don't know if anyone's ever had this experience where you hear a song that's so great by a band that you're scared to listen to anything else.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there has to have been something like that has to have happened to me before, but off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
Like that one? No, this is the one time where I'm like, I'm not listening to anything else at the moment.
By them, you mean?
Yeah, by them. Not by anything by AJR. I'm not. It's not happening. I figure I will eventually. But if you see Netflix Strip though, I'll send you a link to the music video. It's really good.
Okay. Yeah, I always wondered who those guys were. Like I said, I always hear them or see their name pop up on radio, and then I never actually listen because I don't know who they are, so I always change the station. I know that sounds horrible. But...
Oh, no, I get that. No, because if you don't know someone, you're like, yeah, do I really want to listen to new music while I'm listening to music I really want to listen to?
Yeah. So, I said when we started this list that you giving me the task of coming up with some of my favorite lyrics is like letting a child loose in a candy store. And if I had it my way, I mean, like, I could have easily made this list of lyrics all lyrics from Goo Goo Dolls songs because they have some of the best lyrics. Johnny Resnick, I've said this before, is one of music's best songwriters. And fight me on that. I'm telling you, you will not win that argument. I have 3 written down here just on this one page that I'm looking at currently. One of them is every breath's a moment, every moment's a chance to live again. I mean, just take that in.
I was. That's why I didn't say anything. The Goo Goo Dolls, just everything. Mm-hmm. You don't think about it.
I know.
And then when you don't hear a song for so long, because the Goo Goo Dolls kind of falls in that category where you don't hear any of their music, and then when it hits you, it's just everything, emotion comes flooding back.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have such an incredible catalog. If you are a casual listener of them, or if you think you don't like them, just go dip into their catalog. I'm telling you, and we'll probably do it on an episode of this podcast.
If you're not a Goo Goo Dolls fan, I can't be friends with you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just go dip into their catalog. Their first album, Superstar Car Wash, it's got this great like '90s grunge alt rock sound to it, and then obviously Dizzy Up the Girls, iconic album. Gutter Flower is a great album. It bridges that gap between the 90s alt rock sound and the 2000s pop rock sound. They have, yeah, like they're a band known for their radio hits, but there's so many other songs that didn't hit radio that are just as good. And I mean, their songs are full of just deep and meaningful lyrics that just speak to your soul.
You can keep going. You have 3 Goo Goo Dolls. I'm more than welcome because my voice needs a break. Yeah, no, you're good.
So, this is another one from the Goo Goo Dolls. This hope is burning like fire in my veins.
I get this.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're passionate about anything, you will understand that lyric.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, it's like, if you don't understand it, like, I can't explain it to you. That's how strong of a lyric it is. The other one that I have, again, just on this page alone that I'm currently looking at, is you have to hurt to know if anything means something more.
Now I'm just going to listen to Goo Goo Dolls all weekend. Like, I know I've got a lot of stuff I have to do this weekend, but now I'm just going to listen to Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, you don't know if something means anything to you until it hurts you.
True.
If it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't mean shit to you. But if it hurts you, it means something more. So it has to hurt.
You just got deep on me. Wow.
I know. I'm sorry.
No, that's like the first time you cursed in this show in a while.
In this episode, yeah.
No.
Actually, we didn't curse last week either.
No, you said ass earlier. We're all right. But no, you didn't curse at all last week, and I went, well, there goes that. There goes my streak of dropping an F-bomb in every episode now. I mean, like, my voice is about gone, but I have to put one on here, and I apologize now for putting this on here.
Uh-oh.
But it's every lyric of the song. I'm not going to sing it because there's no way. But you cannot tell me on a drunk night with your friends, sitting around in a bar with karaoke, that there is not a song that comes on. But there is only one song that will come on that will make all of you sing at the top of your lungs, no matter how life has been.
Don't Stop Believing?
Damn right it is. Like, you could pull any lyric from that song, and yes, everyone will start singing.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
That might be the greatest Journey song ever. Which I love Journey, but woof.
Yeah, and I mean, there's another one with a catalog full of great, hits, you know?
But there's that one song that stands above everything else.
Don't Stop Believing. It's just that it's such an iconic song because it's not like it's iconic because of some like complicated guitar riff, but you know it as soon as it starts. You
get that like 4 chords.
Exactly. Like it's not like, I'm not saying it's a complicated riff as in like Smoke on the Water or Stairway to Heaven. Like it's nothing like that. But you instantly know it the moment it starts. And everybody knows the words to the whole song. Everybody knows the words. It's just something that you sing along. It's an arena song. It's iconic. It's bigger than iconic if there's even a word for it.
Immortal?
Yes.
I mean
that's it. Like that song's gonna go down in history.
Like there's 2 right now. I feel like there's this one in Africa, and you could pretty much just do whatever you want, and those songs will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Because now
I definitely agree.
Like Africa's being played in the desert right now on a loop. I figure Don't Stop Believin' is playing somewhere on a loop right now.
Yeah.
So
it definitely has to be.
I didn't even have to read lyrics from that, and everyone knew what song I was talking about. That's the type of song that is.
Exactly.
Even though that song has no deep lyric in it at all.
No, but at the same time, like, God, I know the lyrics by heart, but when I'm trying to think of it right now to quote it for you.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
Right, but there was a certain line that I was trying to think of.
Is it the strangers waiting and the bullet waiting?
No, something. Everybody wants a thrill, but there's a line before that.
Working hard to get my fill. Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice just one more time.
Yeah.
Some will win, some will lose.
Some will win, some will lose. Yeah, exactly.
It's a great song. Holy crap. Like, damn you, Journey, damn you.
I know. Freaking Steve Perry, man.
Steve Perry.
So one of the newer country artists, and she's friends with she's part of the song. I mean, I don't know if she's necessarily part of the song Suffragettes, but she's definitely part of that group, like the Friends. She's friends with Kaylee Shore and all them. Is Bailey Bryan, and I've featured her in different articles that I've written over the past couple years on TBK, and she's so talented, and she comes from a small town in Washington. And her EP that came out in 2017, there's a song on there, and I'm so bad tonight with the names of these songs, but the line is, "They say when you're broken, the light gets in. Maybe that's where the healing begins."
Damn.
I know. From the moment I first heard that song, like that line, like always stuck out to me.
That's going on the whole "time heals all wounds" statement.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Exactly.
I don't know why. Like seriously, I could probably do lyrics a lot more than I can right now, and I apologize for being off this week. But woof.
No, you're fine. If you need me to read more, I can.
If you want to do,
tired of hearing my
well,
voice.
I was gonna say if you want to do 1 or 2 more, and then we'll go out this week because I got nothing else.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, I mean I do, but I just can't think of them. Like, this is
Yeah.
my problem. Like, we're going to have to revisit this one because when we do, I'll come back with things that are serious.
Yeah, this was a big list to tackle.
Yeah, no, because I just was kind of like, oh, that made me laugh. I'm putting that in. I definitely had to put Banjo Odyssey in this list. That was my whole mission, was like, I have to get that stupid bluegrass song on this list.
So this next one. It's a more recent song. The album came out last year. It's by Shinedown.
Oh, I love
And
Shinedown.
the song it was a big song for, there was quite a few songs last year that dealt with mental health. And Shinedown had one of the best, in my opinion. The song is called Get Up.
Oh, great song.
Yeah,
Great
excellent song.
song.
I don't fully understand the video, I'm not going to lie.
You
But
don't ever
the
have
song
to.
is incredible. And there's a couple lines in that song alone. One of them is, hard to move mountains when you're paralyzed, but you gotta try. And I mean, it's a simple line, but I mean, it's true. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, it's true, but you don't always. It's just not that easy to do. But it's when you hear it come from somebody else, like there's just something kind of comforting about it. And then the other line is, if you're ever in doubt, don't sell yourself short. You might be bulletproof. And I really love that he included that line in the song.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
love anytime you can take mental health and tackle it in a song. Only helps release the stigma that is around mental health that should not be there.
Absolutely. And especially when it's done as well as that song is by Shinedown. And they're one of the best rock bands in the last few years. Like, they're so great. Again, they're another band with a catalog that is worth dipping into.
Oh, and you definitely should. If you haven't done it, you should.
Another another lyric from a Goo Goo Dolls song. This one is a song from their EP that came out in 2017. The song, I believe the song is Use Me. And the lyric is, you lead me to your doorstep, but you leave me locked outside. Think about that. You lead me to your doorstep, but you leave me locked outside. Like, how often? I mean, I can't say this personally. Like, me, you know, we're both married now, but I mean, you let someone get so close just to shut them out.
Oh, it's happened to me a few times.
Yeah, I mean, same, absolutely. I don't know. I love that lyric, and of course, you know, it wouldn't be. I can't let this episode go without quoting at least one Taylor Swift lyric.
I was trying not to do that because I felt like everybody was going to be like, he's going to quote "Shake It Off." We know it's coming. Like,
Oh no, are you kidding me? No, actually, there's a couple Taylor Swift lyrics.
no, but it would be
throw in
weird.
here.
I just want to say, if I was to quote one, it'd be "We are never ever getting back together," because that song was on a loop for me for the longest period of time.
Yeah, that song was just so freaking catchy. But I mean, my favorite Taylor Swift songs are the ones that, I mean, she's a lyricist. She knows how to get into your heart. It's like she's writing, like she's pulling words from your own diary. I mean, she's been through heartbreak. She knows it better than anyone, and that's why, like, she's so relatable. One of the lyrics is, "I'm a mess, but I'm the mess that you wanted." I love that. Like, it's so blunt and honest and to the point, but there's still something about it that's just like, whoa, you know? Another one, and if you watched the concert on Netflix from the Reputation tour, she does this song there in Dallas, I believe, is where it's filmed.
Yeah,
And the song is All Too Well. And there's 3 lyrics in there. One of them is one of my favorites to quote. It is, "And I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all." Think about, like,
Yeah.
how often do you tell someone, like, yeah, I'm okay, but you're not really fine? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, anytime someone says I'm okay, I kind of like, no, you're not.
yeah, exactly. And I love that line. Another one is, "So casually cruel in the name of being honest, I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here."
Now I'm just gonna go listen to the rest some Taylor Swift for the rest of the night. Yeah.
And then, of course, I forget about you long enough to forget why I needed you.
You know, we're gonna have an entire episode dedicated to Taylor Swift at some point. Like,
Oh,
it's just gonna be a
absolutely.
gush on Taylor, and you guys can screw off. I don't care.
Since we talked about OAR so much, I do want to mention some of their lyrics. One of the songs from one of their previous albums, I believe the album, I don't know if the album is called Heaven or King. I forget. I'd have to double check. But it's off of that album if you know what I'm referring to. And the lyric is, we're all a little, the song is Back at One of my favorite songs by them. The lyric is, we're all a little different, but break the same way.
Dang.
And I think that's just so important to remember. Like, when it's so, we're all so quick to get mad at people we don't even know out on the street. And, you know, we judge very quickly, every single one of us. We're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
And it's easy to criticize and judge and point fingers and everything, but I mean, yeah, we're all different, but it's just like the song says, like, at the end of the day, we all bleed the same way, we all break the same way. It's just kind of like a reminder to me, like, just to be kind to one another. That it's just that simple. And I know it's easier said than done. Like I said, we're all guilty of it, you know, acting before we think.
Oh, I'm definitely guilty of that.
I just think it's a great reminder just to be more kind and more mindful of that. And then a line from California, from off the new album, The Mighty by OAR. Don't let the voices in your head talk to you. You know they tell you lies. And again, like, for me, that just goes to, like, doubting yourself. We convince ourselves, like, the voices in our head talk to us, and not in, like, a crazy way before anyone says anything.
You have not worked on an episode of Live.
But, like, you know, like, the voices in our head, they talk to us, and, like, we talk ourselves out of things, and we let ourselves, you know, we let ourselves become filled with so much self-doubt that we don't end up doing the things that we want to do or that we should be doing because we've just talked ourselves out of it.
Oh, we're 100% our own worst enemy.
100%. And so that's why I love that line so much. There's a song on the new Dierks Bentley album, which is The Mountain, is the album, came out last year. And it's a great album. If you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. And the song, and you know what? When the album came out, I listened to it and I liked it. I didn't really give it a whole lot much more thought after that. And then recently, I went back and I listened to the whole album. And it was really good. And Dirk spent a lot of time in Colorado writing this album. And it really shows when you listen to it. And the song is called Living. It came up on my playlist, one of my playlists recently this week, and it was one of those days, and I was really listening to the lyrics, and you're just kind of like, I was outside, I was waiting for something, and you're just looking around, and you're listening to these lyrics, and it hit you, and it was one of those moments where you're like, okay, like, I get it. And so it starts off, it's a beautiful world, sometimes I don't see clear. And then the chorus, some days you just breathe in, just trying to break even. Sometimes your heart's pounding out of your chest. Sometimes it's just beaten. Some days you just hold, yeah, what all you've been given. And some days you just get by. And some days you're just alive. Some days you're living. Like, if that's not like an entire chorus, like that entire chorus isn't just the absolute truth, like, I mean, we don't take the time to enjoy life. We're so caught up in
completely agree.
the negative and the little things that can irritate us that we forget to enjoy what we've been given. Like, you woke up another day. That's a blessing because so many people don't get that. And again, something we're all guilty of. Like, we take it for granted, but it's just, this is why I love music so much. Like, you get stuff like this that it's just such a great reminder. And, you know, Maren Morris, in her song, A Song for Everything on the new album, there's a line in there, and you were looking for the words. I'm not going to get this lyric 100% right, but it's basically like you were looking for the words. Somebody said them first, so you didn't have to. That's what music is. Like, for me personally, like, there's songs that can describe how I'm feeling or what I want to say so much better than I ever could. And, like, to me, that's the point. Like, if a song can say what I want to say in a way better way, I mean, if you want to understand me better, like, listen, just ask me for some songs. I'll play you some songs. Like, pay attention to the songs that I tell you to listen to, because 9 out of 10 times it's because they mean something to me. And if you want to get to know somebody, like, a person's taste in music will always tell you more about them than anything that comes out of their mouth.
Completely agree with that.
I mean, that's just words of wisdom from me. You can take it how you want.
I think this is a good stopping point, honestly. I think come back to a part 2 later on.
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean,
because there's more.
Looking at this list, there's so much more.
No, we could do this all day. I think part 2 has to happen at some point.
Yeah.
So, damn, I just got chills from that.
Yeah.
Music is the spoken word version of paintings. Mm-hmm. It will take them, and it's funny because I will take a song differently than you will take the song.
Yeah.
And that's a great part of music.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like, that's why, like, sometimes artists don't want to tell you what the song's about because they like leaving it open to interpretation. And even when they do tell you, like, what they wrote it about, it's still open to interpretation because you can take it how you want. Just like how I was explaining, you know, California by OAR. Just because it's like a father talking to their child doesn't mean that, you know, just because he says specifically California doesn't mean, like, you can't take it to translate into what you're feeling in your life. Like, the sentiment is still the same. And I mean, that goes with all songs, you know, music in general.
Oh, so true. I don't even know what to say.
A bit of a heavy episode today.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say that. I need some more cough drops.
So I hope everyone enjoyed this, and hopefully we didn't depress you too much, but hopefully we made you think in a good way. And next week we will have more new music, and we will be doing a more in-depth, well, I shouldn't say more in-depth, but because we didn't review it this week for that reason, but we'll be doing an in-depth review of the new George Strait album.
I'm out. See you guys later.
And we'll be reviewing the Cadillac 3 show, which I will be at tomorrow at Bar in Chicago. So we'll be talking about that, and hopefully more concert and tour and festival announcements. Tomorrow, what comes out tomorrow? Savannah Kyes has a new song that comes out. Again, one of our Song Suffragette girls. So make sure you check that out tomorrow morning or tonight at midnight, whichever, if you're up late. And we are currently working on booking our first 2 artist interviews, so we will keep you updated.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell them who it is, and I'm actually working on one for the show as well.
Really?
Yeah, well, you should know me by now. I'm gonna do something crazy.
Also, an upcoming episode, I think roughly the timeline is 2 weeks. We will be having one of TBK's.
I just found out about this like 20 minutes ago, like before we went on the show.
I was waiting for you to pipe in about it.
Well, no, here's the thing. I don't even see, like, I saw that you posted, and that's it. I don't see, like, it never tells me that people commented on it.
Oh, okay.
So you guys want a very interesting episode of a show? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep. Ed Souter, if you follow TBK Magazine, he is a book publisher.
Yeah, he's in charge of Burning Willow Press. I'm going to die.
Don't die. I need a producer for the show.
Jeez. Oh, I'm stepping in. I'm going to be the referee in that show.
You have to be. So he's a big, when he said metal, I just assumed he meant like death metal. You
No,
know, I don't know
80s
why.
metal.
That's just where
80s,
my
80s
mind
hair
goes.
metal.
But 80s hair metal and glam rock. I grew up on that stuff. Like I know that stuff. I know
Are we
those
really
bands.
having
My
an
dad and my brother are big fans. So
Are we
we're
seriously
gonna do
doing an episode on 80s hair glam?
we are doing. We decided today, Ed and I, we are doing a best and worst list of the 80s hair metal and glam rock scene.
Oh, I'm getting in on this.
So that is our episode in 2 weeks, and it is going to be intense and entertaining and just so much fun.
Ooh, am I the deciding vote?
Fan,
yes.
if you're a fan of that genre of music, that decade, then definitely tune in. Like I said, that'll probably be in about 2 weeks. And then the Rob Thomas album comes out April 26th. The week after that, that we record, I want to try and get Annie from Shotgun Seat back in so that her and I can just gush about the Rob Thomas album.
That was a fun episode last week. As a producer, and I don't know anybody listening, it's one of the more listened to episodes we've had last month, and it was fun. It was fun just sitting here and listening to that.
Yeah, so. Annie's been in the industry for a while now, and she's got great insider information, which obviously you guys got to hear. And somebody who I've grown to consider a friend just as much as I have you. And
just want to argue baseball with her,
though. It's been really awesome, and yeah, I can't wait to have her on the show again. Like I said, so it'll probably be for the Rob Thomas review.
All right.
So that's what we've got in the upcoming weeks to look forward to. So if any of that sounds appealing to you, keep tuning in. And again, thank you for listening. Before I forget, because I forgot the last couple episodes, go on social media. TBK's website, go follow us on there.
TBKmagazine.com, at TBK Magazine on Twitter, Facebook.com/TBKMag, at TBKMag on Instagram, and TBKRadio.com if you want to listen to every show. Go for it.
Thank you. And now there is a Striking a Chord podcast Facebook page, so go check that out. Give us a like, write us a review, give us a shout out, or let us know what you're thinking of the show. If there's anything you want to hear more of, less of, any questions or thoughts. If you know where that line from the movie, if you know the movie where that line was from that I was quoting earlier, let us know on there. You can follow us on Instagram, Striking a Chord. That is where I post a lot of the new music, like regularly, like almost daily. So if you need instant gratification, like some of us do, then follow us on there. And you can follow my personal page on Instagram as well, Amanda Walsh 622 on Instagram. And definitely go check out the Shotgun Seat and Annie's podcast, Pitch by Pitch, if you're a baseball and music fan.
I want to argue baseball with her at some point.
You definitely should.
I think that's an episode of another show waiting to happen. Like, I'm just like, hey, let's just argue baseball, because I'm just gonna be like, Royals will always win, and then just walk away angry. Like, I know
her Twitter right now is full of just baseball tweets.
Oh, I've seen it. It's great because like ours insane. What really sucks is like because we cover a wide variety of everything. If you follow us and know, so this weekend's WrestleMania weekend, which means it's going to be a lot of wrestling stuff, and I apologize now. And then, but then like in let's see, like in a couple of months, it'll be something else. Like there's always weird stuff happening all the time that we follow, and I'm like, oh, good gravy. There'll be a music festival coming where someone's going to take complete control. Like we just took control over Twitter and all the social media stuff for 2 conventions.
Right.
And I feel like there'll be music festival stuff coming. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I'm looking at you. And
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff coming.
For sure. And, I'm working right now on getting approvals for one that's coming up in a couple months. So once I know whether or not that's going to happen, then I'll be able to let you guys know, and we can do a whole show actually just dedicated to doing a recap of last year's lineup and then previewing what this year's lineup is going to be like.
Sweet.
So lots of stuff to look forward to. Like I said, go follow us on all social media platforms and let us know what you think. Write us a review, and thanks for tuning in. We will see you next week.